I haven't done this before, so let's turn this, see if I got an audio. Let's see. Check, check, check. Sound check, sound check. See, I know I should have an audio there. Did it not go live? Hmm. Let's try that again because I think it should be live there. Friday. Is anybody out there with me? Okay. Sounds like we have some audio there. Somewhere beyond the sea. Okay. Hey, Brian G is on here with me. Okay. Shut that down. Everything working good. Afternoon. Hey, Marty Devine. How you doing, sir? You folks have anything planned for Halloween? Tell me what your Halloween plans. We're going to go live officially here in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Right card 7-2. That looks hi Eve. Hi there. That looks like an unfamiliar name. Have you been on here before? You're welcome whether you have or not. Marty Devine starting Tomb of the Serpent scenario. Hey Lewis, how are you, sir? Welcome, welcome. So here's something that we haven't done before. We'll officially start here in another couple minutes, but I'm going to actually set up the table for our next scenario and kind of talk about how I set it up and maybe why I put things where I do. It's not just, kind of randomly thrown together. I'd like to think anyway. Doesn't mean I have good reasons, but maybe I have some reasons for how I lay it out. I don't have a big plan for what I'm going to lay out. This is for the scenario Sorabaya Manhunt. Once or twice. That's great. Well, thank you for jumping on here today. Very cool. Completely unscheduled. So thank you to those folks that have us on your notification or just, got a recommendation pop up or whatever. We really do appreciate you jumping on here with us live. I have switched to doing mainly live videos because it forces me to avoid all of the editing and post-production work that was really draining my time. So although these are raw and unedited, I hope y'all still enjoy them. Okay, is that the official time? We still have probably a little bit less than a minute. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. This is out of our Perilous Island campaign, the very first campaign that was created for Pulp Alley. Just waiting for the official ding of the time to start the do the official opening. Been working on a little bit of a different layout for our Thursday videos too, but more on that later. Hey everybody, this is Dave here at Pulp Alley, and today we're going to do a scenario setup. This is setting up for a scenario that we will be playing on Sunday. We haven't done this before, at least in real time. There are a few videos out there of me setting up a table in high speed, which of course you could slow down, but this time I wanted to kind of take my time with it and set up the table, kind of talk about it a little bit, why I do it the way I do, and talk about some of the spacing and things like that. So let's just get to it. We are setting up the scenario for Sorabaya Manhunt. This is out of our Perilous Island campaign. It is scenario number 5. Is it scenario 5? Something like that. Doesn't really matter. But anyway, it's supposed to be taking place in Sorabaya. Wonderful, wonderful port. What Dutch Indonesia at the time is what we're doing. So let's start setting up. So here's the idea that I'm going to start with. It's an urban setting, and at first I thought I was going to do like half urban setting and the other half do it as like a dock with some boats and things like that, which would have been really cool. But as I looked over the rules for the scenario, I kind of decided that I better do the whole table as ground, so that the whole table can be used a little more effectively, because I'm going to have to put uh, I think 4 plot points out there to start with, and I didn't want to just limit it to like half of the table. There's also a chance for red herrings to appear, which means that plot points could get moved from one place to another. So that's why I really do like using the boats and that sort of stuff. But if you stick with me, I have a plan to sneak something special into this one. So let's just start setting up stuff and see how it goes. I thought for a little while that I was going to use my crescent root buildings, and then I do think I'm going to end up using mainly my foreground buildings. Now these tiles, I've shown y'all how to make these tiles. If you would like to make them, there's videos out there for these. These are my double-sided tiles that I have like a asphalt or a black side, and then I have a kind of a tan side. What do you guys think for Sorabaya? I think I'm going to try the brown side to start with and see how it looks once I get like the pavement and stuff on there. So these are 18 by 18 tiles. Um, got these are 18 by 18 self-adhesive vinyl tiles from a Lowe's, Home Depot sort of place. Um, let's see. All right, so I know that is my 3 foot by 3 foot area. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put out some sidewalks areas, and then I'm going to use those to put buildings on. So let's see. Surabaya, of course, like a lot of cities that were basically colonized, was very European in a lot of ways. If you go back and you find old newsreels and things like that, or old photos of Surabaya, almost indistinguishable from any other city. So there are certain things that are interesting about it, but for the most part, I'm going to kind of play it by ear and remember that in a sort of a Hollywood setting, the historical accuracy is not nearly as important as playability and budget and things like that. So these tiles are also vinyl tiles that I get from places like Lowe's and Home Depot and things like that. So I'm going to start with some fairly large tiles to get my basic areas laid out. And I think I want to do something like this. And I'm going to leave a fairly large gap here in the middle. So let's see how a couple buildings will fit on these. If I put something like that, how does that look? That's not bad. I almost want this to be the opening though. Let's see, what else do I have over here? I have another smaller version of that. So maybe over here, I might almost need to close the gap between those two. And these buildings are by foreground is who they're available through. And And let's see. So I want almost like a residential side. Let me see if you have a picture of this yet. So almost like a residential side over here. We'll fill in some more stuff before we're done, but this is just kind of getting some areas filled in. You know, this sort of stuff is good for blocking line of sight and yada yada like that. So over here, we'll have more sidewalks going down through here, more paved areas. And again, I'm actually trying to leave the middle open because I do have a scheme for that. So over here, maybe we'll do a more solid block. We may end up changing that as we go through this, but the idea is that you want to have some stuff out there that's going to, you know, give your characters something to move around, something that's going to block line of sight, you know, make it interesting. Now on this side over here, I think I'm going to use these buildings here. So this will almost just be like a shopping area, some shops over here, but I need a church. I need a church. I was looking over the scenario, the plot points, and one of them is a church now, or a church house. So I want to get that out here. Let's see how big that church is. See if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. Oh, that's kind of big. That's kind of big. What do you guys think? Am I going to get that on there? Yeah. Yeah. I think that's doable. Doesn't fit on there. Doesn't give me much extra room. Let me show you what I'm doing here. So we have the street on this side. So I left some spaces in between the buildings for the characters to move through so they're not too confined. You know, and that's something, I don't know, maybe I will push a couple of them together to create a little bit more of an obstacle there for them. Okay. It'd be nice to have a gap in the sidewalk between those two and maybe have a small area there. You think we could do that? You think that would be interesting? What if this, let's see if I have a piece that I can replace that with. See, this is how okay, so I can get that in there. And then I can put that back where it was. Now I have to remember that this is a plot point though. So I may not have to be careful where I put it. And then here are a couple other buildings over here. So now I have that a little bit of a space there. That's kind of interesting space. How about it like a ruined building? I could put a ruined building out there, something like this. That could be part of the set. And then, what else? What else, boys and girls? What else could I put out there? What's back there? Let's see here. You know what? I don't know. Could I don't really have a lot more room though, do I? I don't really have a lot more room for too many more buildings. That might actually cover it. So the five plot points that I'm looking for are basically 5 areas where the old sailor can be you can go searching for them. Hey, Von B is on here. How about a central open area with the dirt floor where you can put some market stalls? Yes, Vaughn, good idea. Yeah, we're thinking on the same idea there. I do have an idea for this big open area. I want to get my plot points out here before I get too far along, just to make sure I have an idea. So if we make it the front door, they have to be about 6 inches apart. There's Gimpy's Bar. Which one of these can be a bar? Could be really just about any of these. There's a cafe. I could make this one a cafe. The white building here. That could be a cafe. There's a hostel. So maybe this over here is a hostel. So this could be Gimpy's over here. And then I still need a pub. Well, there's no reason why this couldn't be a little pub. Or maybe, do I have something else I could put out there for a pub? I don't know. About this. About this. No. It's got to be something. That little building there, that could be a pub. The thing is that I can't have it be too close to that other plot point, though. You know what I mean? It's almost like I need the pub more like here in the middle. Well, let's just do that. So if we... No, I'm not going to like that. If we just left it in the middle, what if we cut down on these sidewalk areas? What if we chopped those down? Okay. So I got more dirt. So what if we chopped that down to get me more dirt area there and just have a little bit of a paved area like so. And that's Gimpy's. And that's the pub. And then over there, maybe the hostel. Is that what we said that was? Maybe the hostel doesn't even have any pavement around it. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. What do you guys think? So here's something I want to do, and before I get too much further, let's have some fun now, and let's add something super crazy on there. Okay, maybe not super crazy. But something that I don't put out there a whole lot, so it's always fun when we do put it out there. Let's put out a train track. What do you guys say? What do you say we have a train track running through the middle of the table? Yeah? Can we do that? If we have a train track, we got to have a train. So this will be fun. How many cars should we do? Guys? So, and I don't know if we want the train to be moving. Is it going to be like a perilous area that they have to try and cross? Does the train, like each turn, do you have to check and see if the train is coming through? Maybe, in some of those cities, they have stalls and stuff almost set up all the way out to the train tracks. And then when the train comes through, they move the stalls or they pull up their canopies and things like that so the train can get through. And as soon as it's through, they lower everything back down. Have you seen those? Let's see. So we could put What do you guys think? Is that, we should add one more car. I feel like I need one more car out there. We'll just do a flat bed. So if we wanted to get up and play on it, it would be very easy to get a character up on it. Huh? I don't think we've used the train in a while. So yeah. Look at that. Huh? You guys like the train? Hey, Jim Johnson, thank you so much for jumping on here. I was hoping for a Death Star. Almost a Death Star, a train. So I guess that's going to be all of the sidewalk stuff. So I'm going to get that out of my area. And then, just put some extra clutter. I got to put some vehicles and, some merchant stalls, things like that. We'll just put some extra fun stuff out there. Okay. So I have these old merchant stalls that I got. Gosh, these are pretty old, and I use them fairly often. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be right out here in the middle of this area. What do you think, Vaughn? Is that good for you? One of those areas where when the train comes through, they close up shop for about 10 seconds, and then the train goes rumbling through. So I left a bunch of stuff laid out from last time because I thought it was stuff that I would end up using for. So now we'll put out some boxes and crates. Pretty sure these were made by Micro Art, something like that. So here's just piles of crates and things out here. Good little things for folks to jump behind to try and grab some cover, and then you can imagine them getting blown apart as the bullets are flying and things such. Put some more crates out here for line of sight blockers or just for funsies. I don't see any reason not to have a car out here. Maybe a car, maybe a truck. Not a lot of vehicles, but some. We'll put a truck over here. Maybe it's unloading at the little market stalls. Here's a car over here outside the cafe. We have to have the cabbage cart. You guys know the little cabbage cart that we use so often? Where am I going to put this? We'll have this over here. Where's the cabbage cart? So one thing I like to do is I keep a lot of my terrain in these little plastic boxes like this. And then I have them labeled. This one says town and country on it. So when I'm doing a specific set, I can kind of find it. So there's my cabbage cart. So we'll put cabbage cart out there. Oh, my cabbages. Can you see it there? Almost there. Barely. Let's see, flowers. Flowers, maybe over here next to the church. I don't see any reason why the church doesn't have some flowers next to it. That feels kind of churchy. Benches, we could put some benches out here. We'll put one over here. So this is just to add a little zhuzh to the setting. I have this little water pump here. We can put that out over here. Just set it over here. Oh no, I don't really see that much more of that stuff that I want to include. I love, just kind of scattering some barrels around. Those are always fun, and they make They make nice nice scatter terrain. So I have these barrels that I use over and over, no matter where I go. I just about anywhere I end up using some of these barrels. So sticking them in alleys, sticking them behind buildings. They're good for people to, use as cover. I don't remember who I bought these from. These came off of the eBay, and just a private seller on there that was casting these little resin barrels. They're not even painted properly, but they work for what I want. Uh, just kind of scatter those around. So the idea is that, there's going to be places where characters are going to be able to use cover. One of the considerations that I have to do, which I don't think is a big consideration, but every once in a while I'll adjust things, is that I have to have decent line of sight for the cameras. So I can't get too built up, or put too much stuff on the table to the point that I can't actually play. Um, but I would also encourage y'all to think about that when you're setting up your table too. I've seen folks, I've seen players put so much stuff on their table that it made it very difficult to actually play. And you don't really need to do that, especially with Pulp Alley. It's okay to leave some areas that are open where characters can move through, from one cover to another cover and things like that. About a 3-inch space between stuff, or a 6-inch space between things, is usually going to give characters plenty of room to maneuver around, and that sort of thing. So don't, I could keep filling this table until it was just stuffed with stuff. And honestly, I don't think that makes it look better. At some point you just got to say good enough is good enough. Some folks love just having a table full of stuff, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If that's what you like, then that's exactly what you ought to be doing. I have to have a table that is a little bit easier to maneuver around, so I don't fill it up quite as much. I do have some more boxes, and I have some baggage over here. I have some more barrels. I have these things. Let's put a row of these out here. Let's put a row of these weird crates. Oh well, we could put them up on the we could put some of these up on this. You know what? Let's leave a space between them though, so someone could go through there, and leave a little space over here on this side too. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. Okay. I'm going to move the camera around and show you guys. Let's try and maybe use the train as a line of sight blocker. Baroli's turn to see if it moves off the map. It could move off the map, or come back on. Figures leaping on and off the moving train. Nice perilous. Yes, Rob, you're exactly right. Yep. Yep, that's a good idea. Cabbage cart is the pineapple in psych. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we use that cabbage cart, shows up a lot. I do have a few more crates here. Let's look around on this side of the table and see how it looks. I don't want to fill it up too much. I think I might call that good. This spot over here feels kind of empty. I feel like maybe when this place burned down, maybe they started using it for storage. Maybe they started. There's still like stuff and things in there, so it was way too empty over here. Let's try and put some more things on this side too. But then they just pile some stuff up out here. So this will be corner deployment, if I remember right. It'll be from the corners. Oh, I want to switch to the other camera. I forgot to switch. There you go. There you go. I was talking to you about this spot over here, and I didn't really show it to you. So there's that ruined building, another foreground. So basically all four things out here, except for the church. The church was scratch built by my good buddy Brian Kaiser. So he built that for us. Well done. There's the church coming down through there. Doesn't that look cool, guys? Come on. What do you think about that? Yeah, we'll have to have that. Something happening there. We have the little market area. We have the buildings over here, a truck on through over there. We have a couple shops, the cafe and the smoke shop over there. This is good. There's a blank spot. There's a blank spot right there that needs something. See this wall right here? I think that needs some crate. That needs a big old crate. Maybe even two big old crates. Maybe two big old crates plus another little crate. Look at that. Now you can move here, you can move here, you can jump onto the roof, huh? That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Let's see, back of the buildings. That looks pretty good. Do you see my little flowers that I put next to the church over here? That's there. So on this scenario, there's the front, there's the smoke shop and the cafe. And there's another shot of the train. Check that out. That looks pretty good. I don't know what to do on that. I don't know if I want to roll every turn. We'll end up forgetting if we're doing something like that, which isn't a big deal, but look at that. That looks awesome. That looks awesome. Okay. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I think that's going to, and I may set up a few little knickknacks more. I have some more little things here I might throw out there. But other than that, I think I'm going to call that good. So on this scenario, this is a really good video, hopefully for Michael Greenhill is playing this scenario on Sunday. And Michael Greenhill and Matt Spence are the two players that will be joining us on Sunday, and it will be a live game. So if you want to see the players actually playing on this table, join us live on Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Time, and you're going to see them setting up and playing on this table. So for this scenario, just real briefly, we have 5 minor plot points laying out there. But what you're really looking for is the old sailor. So the locals have informed you of a few places where the old sailor likes to hang out. So that's what you're doing. You're going around and trying to see. So you go to the church, you're searching around. Is the old sailor here? If he shows up, then you actually remove that marker and you put the old sailor out somewhere else. Not on that exact marker, but he'll be somewhere around that area. The old sailor will. So that'll help you kind of search. So you have to go to one of these areas. You have to ask about the sailor. If you pass that plot point, then you get to try and put out the sailor. In this scenario, the red herring is in there. So the players could basically go through the whole scenario and never find the sailor. Sometimes, boys and girls, that's just the way it goes. So yeah, you have to kind of take that into account as well. I'm happy with this. I think the brown worked out well. I'm looking forward to playing this on Sunday. I hope you guys will join us then. Let me see real quickly if anybody has any questions. I really appreciate you guys jumping on here. Some pumpkins on the table. That's a good idea, Vaughn. And you know what? Since it is going to be on Halloween, I was thinking maybe we ought to do something else as well. So maybe we could spookify it up a little bit and make it a little a little scarier. We'll have to think about that. Let me know some suggestions in the comments. Oh, the ghost train. Woo! Woo! That's a good idea. I like that one. Boys and girls, thank you so much for jumping on here with me. And that's going to be it. A short little 30-minute video. I'm so glad you guys jumped on here. Join us on Sunday if you can. Cue the music and roll the credits. Dun, 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 dun. The orchestra is standing by. Dun, 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 dun. We spared no expense for the orchestral music. Dun, 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 dee, 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 da, da.